Compensating college student-athletes for the use of their name, image, and likeness by the National Collegiate Athletic Association, or NCAA, and their member institutions. The NCAA, their conferences, and their member institutions make billions of dollars each year off the use of the name, image, and likeness of the student-athletes. Yet the athletes themselves get none of it. None of it at all. And if they do, both themselves and the school get in a lot of trouble, which is really just plain unfair when they're the ones doing all the work and so generating all of this money and revenue for the schools. A lot of work would need to be done, and a lot of rule changes would need to be made in order for this to happen, which most importantly would require redefining what NCAA amateurism means, as well as completely changing current NCAA bylaws, especially Bylaw 12. The reason behind that is that Bylaw 12 is currently the standard definition for what amateurism means in the NCAA, as well as lays out the rules for amateurism and eligibility, and basically says that if you take any money for any reason, whether it's to go to a certain school or because you signed autographs at the mall, that you can't play anymore. Which, obviously, would need to be rewritten here. The big problem, though, is that how would they pay them? How would the NCAA and the schools pay these student athletes? You might think, oh, well, they generate all these billions of dollars, it should be easy. Well, it's not. Only about a dozen schools operate their athletic programs and actually make a profit. Every single other one runs at a deficit to the university and loses money each and every single year. Because football and basketball are the only real money makers. Things like rowing and swimming don't make much money. So all the money they make from football and basketball goes into funding all these other sports. That's what would make it hard for these schools to be able to pay these athletes, because there's just not money there. But the solution to that is that from the money they make from on the side, from jersey sales to pictures of these players, to the game day programs that you can get when you go to a game, or the NCAA video games that are not made anymore because that are no longer made anymore. Give them a portion of the money they make from that, since you're using specifically them to make that money, and without them, when those revenue channels would not be there. So set aside a portion of the said revenue to give to these athletes to compensate them for the use of their likeness. The big thing here is that really it's just common sense. Why shouldn't they be? I mean, they're used in all these different things, advertising, video games, etc., and generate all this money. That without them, the university wouldn't be making all this money. Plus, coaches earn millions of dollars. I mean, you have top level college and football coaches making tens of millions of dollars now. Yet their players, zero. Plus, any other student on a college campus can go and make money for their talent. For example, a person on a music scholarship could go play whatever instrument they play at a local function or get a gig and get paid for it. Athletes can't do that, which is just unfair to these athletes, because also, unlike these other students, they don't have time to go get a job and make extra money, because this is a 24/7. Being a college athlete is a 24/7 thing. Really, at this point, it's just about treating them fairly. Which sounds reasonable enough, right? They work so hard each and every day of the year at their sports, whether it's football, basketball, whatever. And that includes, and that really is every single day, not just during the season, but during the off season too. They put in all that hard work, but as of right now, get nothing for it. But it's important to note, this isn't turning them into professionals. It's allowing them to reasonably earn money from the use of their name, image, and likeness while still maintaining NCAA eligibility. It's hard, but it can be done. Why not just treat them fairly?